Hello and welcome to this week's Scriptcase video. My name is Jamie and I am your host today. And in today's video, I will be showing you one of the latest features, which is the grid filter system, which we are going to, have a look at how we put that together today. So let's dive in and check it out. So I am already logged into the Scriptcase environment and I have actually the same project from the notification system from last week's video/webinar. And here you can download then the entire project. So you have then the notification system from last week, as well as then also a look at the new filter system within the new grid that we will be creating during this video. Okay, so I will start off by clicking New Application and start to actually create my first application for this project, other than, of course, the security environment and notification system, because those are already available here. And let me not forget the logging system. And yes, that is also built directly into this so that you can just go ahead and, import this project and start off from, right here. Okay, so I will take this grid first of all, and what I want to do is choose my database table. Now I have prepared a nice sample or test sample table here, which has a lot of information in and a lot of fields. So here I will not choose to generate the form because that is an option. We can generate the form straight away from the grid application during, generation of the grid application, which is a really nice feature. And of course, speeds some things up for us. Okay, so I will click then the create button. And there we have already a default grid. So let's have a quick look at that. And we will have a very basic layout, or should I say the default layout, because it's not really very basic now, is it? It has a lot of features already right there for us. We have the advanced search, export features, sorting and column options so that we can hide and remove specific columns that we maybe do not want to have within our view. We have also a quick search, as well as then the advanced search, a refresh and exit button, and some default options here, or data, should I say. Now, within our grid application, we have at the bottom here our group by options, our summary options, our search options, and our application options, as well as programming. So within each of these sections here, let's call them, we have a whole load of options available to us. We're able to group by our data. Grouping our data allows us then to create summaries and charts from our grid data. That then allows us here to edit or adjust the summary display. And we also have the search functionality. So we can adjust the search features of our grid application. Then at the bottom, we have the application settings, navigation options. So we can make some application setting changes to our specific application. Then we have some extra programming capabilities. So we can add libraries, methods, and define our attributes for our grid. Now, the first thing we need to do for our grid application is, first of all, create a group by. So I will go ahead and create here a group by, and I will say group by, and let's go by country, city, and then by state. So then we have 3 groups in here, and I will call that grp_location. So let me go ahead and save that as it is. And we have then our group location fields here already defined. And we can then go ahead and make any adjustments we want to this group by. So let me go ahead and run that now with this group by, and we have my session has expired, but I can't change the security. So that's important to note, okay? And up here in grid, we actually have here the security option. And here we can enable or disable security. We have that actually disabled right now. So let's just go ahead and run this grid application, and we shouldn't actually get the session error. for this application. Well, the session is actually set on the project. Okay, so that we would have to then log in. Okay, so we have then here our country, city, and state all displayed within our grid application, and that is then the default layout for that. Now, with our group defined, we can go ahead and, well, we can, minimize these options. Of course, you can make any other changes there that you want to, as well as to maybe the summary display, change the X, Y axis, how your content is displayed, page width, whatever you like. You have all of these options there. Now, we don't actually need any of those because down here at search, we have here the filter builder dynamic. And that is, in fact, a new option. And we should maybe have the new tag here next to that. And there within those options, we have here the filter builder. So if I select here the filter builder, we have the option here to enable, disable that. Open the search as a modal window if we want to. I will enable that also. Display search condition, highlight results, and so forth. So I will save those. And then what I need to do is I need to come here to the filter builder and select our fields. Okay, so from here I can select, for instance, the country as we had before, the city, and the state. I will save those. And with that, I have then already a filter builder. Now, I should note before I actually press play or run that we have here also save options for the filter builder because it is very complex. And you may want to use it when you group your data, as I am doing now, and you may not want to. So a group isn't actually required. I just added it into this project. So here for this, I'm going to go ahead and select to use rules. I will choose a new rule and I'll say my rule and rules. I'll just give it a label like so. And I will click the finish button, and that is then added. Okay, so just like that, I have added a save option called rules. Now, if I go run, and we have then here now our application, our grid application, we now have here the option for the filter builder. So let me zoom in that a little bit, and we can see that a little better. So here for our filter builder, if I click on this, it will allow me to apply filters to what I'm seeing within my grid application. So gone are the days where we require the grid to be grouped. We can actually come back here to our static, and I will get rid of that and then run here the grid application again. And we still have the filter builder here. So you don't have to have groups enabled no more, as I just had. We can have the filter builder all on its own, and with the filter builder essentially filter or group and apply all sorts of calculations to what we are seeing. So here, for instance, I have the option for and or. And selecting either of these will adjust what I am seeing. So for instance, I can say and plus country contains, and I don't see any countries there, but let me say, let me try England, and I'll say apply. And then we have no countries. So let me come back to the grid application, and then here for the fields, if I edit the fields, I can then apply here the country and so forth in there. So I will apply that here because I can see that a little better. We had city, we had state and country. So let's apply those and run the grid application again. We can then see exactly what we have here. So country USA and country USA. And I guess all the whole country is USA. Okay, so with this then, we're just going to go by state. And if I go filter builder, I will say and equals contains CA and apply. And there's no country for CA. We actually want that on state, right? So apply state, CA, and apply. Now we have all of the states with CA. Now if I come back to the filter builder again, we still have our state here as well as the contains CA. So if I go or plus, now it will say state or and city equals Fresno. Okay, so that is already available there. And notice that it did come up there with the options that we have. So if I remove that and go we have Fresno. Apply, and now we have all of the states or Fresno. And we have Fresno highlighted here. Notice that as well. It is highlighted for us as well as the CA. So I can then further adjust this. So let's change this city to state. And here we want, say, AL. And there we have Alabama, or plus state contains, or yeah, it contains. And let's go for an A again, and we'll have LA. Apply. Okay, so now we have all of those states available here. We have some there with some code in. That obviously needs to be adjusted. But otherwise, you have everything that contains LA. And that is there, some highlighting there. So let's adjust that once more. And because we're searching for LA here within the state, and let's go equal to, and equal to, apply. Okay, so that looks a little better. And then we have all of our states that we have selected within our filter builder here. Now, of course, as I was mentioning, we have further options here. We have here the option to add nested conditions within this. So from here, we can say, well, we can say or and, whichever we want again. And then we want to have maybe a state or city. Let's go with city. And let's see what we have here. Albany, and apply. Now we have all of these states and these cities where it's Albany also then should, there we go, there was an Albany here, Albany, New York. And that is then also included here within our new group by or filter builder, because it is really the filter builder that you want to create the group bys in any type of dimension that you are wanting. So we can add further options, nested grids or nested options within nested options and so forth. And with this, you can really create a crazy kind of search and filter options. Now do note that it does indicate your selections at the bottom here, so you can see that quite nicely here. So state equals CA, or state equal AL, or state equal LA, or city. And here, well, we can say equal or contains, not contains, empty content. We can change, of course, the main characteristics of this and choose the filter options that we want to apply within this, just by simply applying them here within our filter builder select fields. So, of course, here I could add the age, for instance, the salary, and maybe the, what else would you want? Say, well, we just leave it like that. Age and salary. I think that's a good one. So if I save that now, let's filter builder that a little more. So if I come back here to the filter builder option with the grid application loaded, I'll say and country equals, well, USA, because that's what we have here. So equals USA first of all, apply. And then now, of course, we have all of the USA highlighted, and say plus. And then we're going to say city doesn't contain Albany. Sorry, Albany. Apply. Now, Albany will be removed from this filter. And then we can extend that further. And then we can say and equals, well, the age is equal to, or what? Less than 50, say, for instance. Okay, so apply. Now we have everyone under the age of 50, and we can, of course, extend that even further. So let's go ahead and add another add in here. And well, we want to say, well, their salary is, well, greater than, say, 10,000. Apply. Okay, so now we have everyone under the age of 50, earning over 50,000, 10,000 bucks a year within cities and states and countries, all defined within our filter builder. And of course, we can extend that much further by increasing further fields, further options in here. And now that we have that, well, we can edit that at any time that we want to. We can also disable the nesting if we don't want it. So we can hide the nesting from our filter that we have here, as well as remove and delete various options. We can also save it. So now here for my filter that I had created previously, we have here my rules, and there I can then save that option within my new filter, or here also within the public options. And just like that, then we have then our filter saved and usable later on at another stage. We can, disable that also. We can enable it once again. And of course, we can remove the filter just by clicking the remove button. And that is looking very nice here within the grid application. And it is a very powerful feature that you can apply with or without grouping your data. So if I enable or disable, it will of course enable or disable the filter builder from the grid application. So if you don't want it, you can disable it. If you do want it, you can just enable it. For the display search condition, let's remove that and run that again, because you'd seen that just now with the search condition being displayed all the time. And now if I add here another option, say yes, USA, apply, and then we now no longer have the option displayed. It's not displayed here within our filter builder. Okay, so that is what this functionality here enables or disables. Okay, so with that enabled or disabled, you will no longer display that there. So let's enable that once more. Come back then to the grid application, and of course the filter builder plus, and let's say state this time, and Alabama. We love Alabama, or AL, a state. Okay, contains apply. And there we have all of the AL states. I'm not entirely sure what state that is, but that is what we have there. And now if I come back to the filter builder, we have that then now displayed here. Okay, now we do then have the search modal option, which I've had selected the whole time. And if I go ahead and run that again, well, the modal functionality that's been happening here, that no longer happens. We have then here our filter builder option that we can then remove very easily just by clicking there, that little icon. We can also cancel it however we want to. Both of those options remove the filter builder from view, and then from here we can then build our filters as we then please. We then also have the option here for the highlight results. So let me remove that and enable the search modal again, save, and go ahead and run the grid application one more time. And now if I click on the filter builder, we have our modal pop up again for our filter builder selection. And right here, I can then just go ahead again and add all of the options that I want in here. And off we go. We have then our custom display. And just like that, we had here the highlight results, and notice that the results are no longer highlighted within our grid application. Just by unchecking that box, we have made that adjustment. And always remember that Scriptcase is developed and built with PHP, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And you can, well, adjust pretty much anything that you want within the environment to create, well, not the environment itself, but your environment that you are creating, because that is also created then in PHP, HTML, CSS, and JS. So anything that is done within here can essentially also be done right here within your own project. And of course, there is a lot of help available to you for that, and that is here on the Scriptcase channel, as well as over on the Scriptcase by Jamie channel. And either of those are, well, good places to go to find out how to learn more about Scriptcase. So I hope you have enjoyed this new feature. It is a great new feature built into Scriptcase available to anybody that has the latest version, and that would then be the 9.11.001 at least. And of course we are now at 003. You can have any version from then onwards, and you will have this filter builder functionality available to you within Scriptcase. And just with a few clicks, it's there. And you can adjust the fields that you want to build your filter on. A super powerful tool for analysis and so much more. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video. And of course, we look forward to showing you much more about Scriptcase and what's coming up next. So be sure to stay tuned here at Scriptcase.